strengthen trust. E-government can enhance the speed and efficiency of operations by streamlining processes, lowering costs, improving research capabilities, and improving documentation and record keeping. Finally, by increasing publicly available information, e-government also lowers the uncertainty of socio-economic actors, enhances their decision-making, and improves the efficiency with which they invest their time and resources. Finally, lower applications, processing, and wait time can reduce the cost of complying with government regulations, encouraging the movement of resources into the formal sector. Now, despite of all these benefits, we are very much surprised to learn that the good number of all new e-government applications still fail. And we try to find the reason why. For one thing, too often people get excited about the ability of e-government to lower costs and improve efficiency. They get so excited about this that they forget about the human aspect, whether e-government actually solves an existing problem, whether it is user-friendly, and whether it is what citizens actually want. Sometimes people may not be interested in participating in the way that the government wants or expects. In some cases, municipalities have implemented new e-government systems that have not gotten the high user rate that they wanted, because people were just not very interested in that particular application. And there is a lesson here, because the government should not be implanted as a convenient top-down solution. If the goal is to improve the quality of governance, empower citizens, and improve the responsiveness and effectiveness of government, then citizens must be given the chance to play a role in influencing this e-government solution. A number of organizations, we recently won the United Nations Public Service Award competition. This is a competition which is every year, as many of you know, is being organized by the United Nations throughout the world. Capitalized on this idea by launching pilot programs which targeted specific stakeholders and groups within the population to show some alternatives that would provide an immediate, practical, and tangible benefit to the people participating. This opened a dialogue on the type of solutions and problems that the target groups were most interested in addressing. Through demonstration, it started a snowball effect that generated more interest. And the end result was a user-friendly system that added real value by responding to the needs and requests of citizens. So, given that the application of new e-government initiatives are not always successful, what are two essential ingredients to make sure that they are? I would say, first of all, a clear strategic management framework, and second, an overriding focus on people, not on ICT itself. The first priority that I really cannot stress enough is the need for strategic management and leadership. Over the last couple of years, there have been so many successful country-level initiatives that have underscored the tremendous potential for incorporating ICT in the functioning of the public sector. However, all of these cases have also made it clear evident that e-government will not yield the desired result without medium and long-term planning and effective implementation strategies. E-government is an evolutionary process that must be managed and not let it grow by itself. This brings me to my second point, which is that leadership is also necessary to help ensure that e-government works for the public interest and keep the focus on citizens and not on technology itself. We also want to start by looking at the impact that the government is going to have on society and whether it is going to make people's lives better. Next, we want to pay attention to the human aspect within government. People, organizational structures and systems constitute the components of any attempt to apply ICT in government. Therefore, we need to be looking at the question of organizational change and knowledge management. Introducing ICT is about changing the way public organizations work and think. It is not about doing things the old way with a computer or a new program. What I'm referring to here is reinvention at the conceptual level, able to evaluate and adapt the expectation of civil servants, as well to make sure that they are really up to speed on their responsibility. Because government reinvention for them will mean more than just using different equipment or adding an additional step to the same procedure that they followed in the past. It requires a complete reworking and understanding of their responsibility as a member of the organization, their responsibility to the public, and a shift in how nearly all of their tasks will be performed. This conceptual reinvention process must be taking place alongside the other changes that we are introducing at the institutional, organizational, and procedural levels. The end result of a successful implementation strategy and a focus on citizens will lead to increased e-participation and e-inclusion rates. E-participation, as developed by the United Nations, the concept developed by the United Nations or understood by the United Nations, is a qualitative index that we use to see what kinds of tools governments are offering citizens and how relevant and useful they are for increasing participation given the citizen needs. The quality and relevant participation initiative depends to some degree, obviously, on a country income level. However, this having been said, recently only 3 member states within Europe were listed in our top 10 list of countries in terms of participation. This included the United Kingdom, Denmark, and the Netherlands. The top 25, however, also include Sweden, Finland, Germany, Belgium, Switzerland, Austria, and France. Right now, both in and outside Europe, very few United Nations member states are using e-government to achieve its highest potential in the area of e-participation. Participation can be meaningful if all citizens are given the opportunity to enter into the virtuous cycle generated by applications. E-inclusion is thus another qualitative measure that is used to examine the extent to which ICT is used to provide opportunities and empowerment to citizens. As such, inclusion goes beyond, but also includes issues of access and connectivity. Since 2001, all EU member states have produced biannual action plans for social inclusions, which focuses on people who are disadvantaged due to limited resources, education, age, gender, or ethnicities, people with disabilities, and those living in less favored areas. The graphic on the screen illustrates how the leadership role of the government should be multi-dimensional and multi-centered. The government still needs to oversee the regulatory framework, provide the right environment for the market economy, ensure transparency, and promote participation and form partnership to spread the ICT infrastructure. However, government is also responsible for promoting access to the disadvantaged and marginalized groups, creating a level playing field for access to ICT tools and supporting